got to get in the lane over here. I haven't set foot in a gym this year. We've come home and we've got a few more parcels to kind of open. Good evening, everyone. It is 5:12 on Friday. What is the date? Friday the 18th of July, and we've just left home. We are, and I am so happy to say this, we are on our way to my hairdresser's for a cut and color. Well, I say cut and color. It's definitely a color. The cut, we will have to see if she's up for it. So I don't know if I have mentioned in any of my other vlogs that I haven't been able to get my hair done since, gosh, I think the last time I had an appointment with her. Sorry about the steering wheel. I'm trying to remember. I feel as though the last time I had an appointment with her was maybe the tail end of last year. I was supposed to get my hair done again in March. However, a couple of weeks before I was due to see her, she had an accident. So she rides a motorbike to and from work, and she was lane filtering, and one of the cars in the traffic didn't see her, pulled out, cleaned her up, and in the process she had her bike ridden off but also broke her wrist, which, as you can appreciate, makes doing hairdressing really, really difficult. And then she was meant to be kind of all well and good by May. However, hold on, I just got to check where I'm going. However, they then put on the cast on her wrist to obviously help it heal. Whoever did that put it on, and sorry about the steering wheel again, whoever did that put it on too tight, and so that impacted how her wrist healed, and so she had to undergo more physio to make sure that, you know, she regained full movement in her wrist and all of that kind of thing. But she is, I was gonna say she's 100% healed. She obviously isn't, because that's why the haircut portion of my appointment is optional. We don't know, well, I don't know if she's kind of up for the cutting. She did mention that she wouldn't be, but I have a feeling that when she sees the state of my ends, she may not be able to layer, but hopefully she can kind of just give me a blunt cut at the bottom just to freshen up my ends a little bit, because they are looking dreadful. She did suggest that I try and sorry, there's so much going on with traffic. She did suggest that I try and see another hairdresser, because obviously she was unable to help me out for an indefinite period of time. I think we've learnt our lesson with that following the incident of 2023. We are still recovering from that haircut, and so I said to her, I'm like, you know what, I don't care how long it takes, I'm not going to risk it and see anyone else. So it's now July, and like I said, I think I saw her in maybe the later part of last year. I'm thinking maybe November, maybe December, I'm not really sure. But either way, it's been a long period of time since I've had anyone do anything to my hair, so it desperately needs something. So we are going to just do the usual, which is balayage in my hair. We bring up the light, the blonde, sorry, up quite high, just because I find, sorry, that noise is my mum liking the pictures in the family group chat. My sister and I have been like sending them, and then that's Paddington. Tell me you have a daughter without telling me you have a daughter when your GPS talks to you in Paddington's voice. But But anyway, so that noise was my mum. My sister and I have both been filling up the family chat with different pictures today, which we'll get to in a second on what pictures I've been sending to the family today. But anyway, so wrapping up my story about the hairdresser, we are now on our way. We get balayage, that's what I was saying. We bring the blonde up quite high just because my natural hair color is actually way too dark. At least I think it's way too dark for my complexion. Anyway, so I'll be very happy to be lighter and brighter. And like I said, hoping that she can cut the ends just to clean it up a little bit. And I have got to get in the lane over here. Circling back to the pictures that my mum is liking in the family chat. So I've had a couple of weeks off from vlogging. Last weekend I did try vlogging and I did record some footage. However, my intro, because I must have just been in a chatty mood, my intro was going to be obscenely long, and essentially the entire vlog would have been basically an intro with little snippets here and there because I kept forgetting to pick up the camera. And so I made a decision during the week to not even bother editing that footage because it just would have been boring as hell, and I would just pick up the camera again this weekend and we'd start again. So the pictures that I have been sending is I've been going a little bit ham with impulse buying for the house the past couple of weeks. So a bit of an update. We have decided again, which I'm sure that some of you who have been watching my vlogs for a little while now will actually roll your eyes and wonder what the hell is wrong with me. But we've decided to stay at mine for, I don't know, at least probably like 6 months. I'm gonna say another 6 to 12 months. I had obviously recently listed it for rent, and I had actually found a tenant and everything. However, Ben and I were having a chat, I don't know, like a month ago, and we thought, well, maybe what would be better is if Ben moves in to my place in the next few months. We don't have like a time frame on that yet, but he moves in and then we kind of live there, and then from there find a place to rent and then rent my place out. And it was more just because then that way we weren't going to be rushed. If we had gone through with everything as it was kind of falling, as it was kind of happening, I would have had to move out today, which I would have had to move out yesterday and then have everything kind of sorted, and it was just not enough time. I was so stressed about it and all of that kind of thing. So this way it's a little bit more relaxed, but I wasn't necessarily wanting to move because actually I should rephrase that. So part of the reason why I wanted to move was because I was falling out of love with my house. And so when Ben and I kind of made the decision to, why is this person going so slow? When we made the decision that this would be kind of how we approach moving in together, I took some time to kind of just go, okay, if I'm going to be here for the next little while, what are the things that kind of annoy me about this place? What do I not like about it? What is it that I want to change? And let's just change it. Even if it's only like, even if it's spending money for something temporary, I just needed to do something that would, again, make me fall back in love with my house. Because there's nothing wrong with it. Like, it is small, but in all honesty, it's not dire, I guess is the word. So I did some reevaluation, and anyway, I've been shopping way too much and spending way too much money. But what pictures I had sent today to the family chat was of my new sofa, because last week I kind of impulse purchased a new sofa and ottoman, And anyway, it arrived today and I'm obsessed. I love it. The lounge looks so good. There are a few different things that I need to buy slash make. Then aside from that as well, I've kind of transformed Bella's room. So that was last weekend's project, which if I didn't look so feral like during that process, I would have recorded more. But literally because we were at home and I was moving furniture and doing all of that crap, like didn't do my hair, didn't do my makeup, lived in pretty much the same tracksuit the whole weekend. And so anyway, I didn't record any of that because I would have looked back at it and been like, Jessica, honestly, you cannot put footage of you looking like this on the internet. So I will have to show you what I've done there. But what I was unhappy with in Bella's room is I'd bought a 3-door cupboard for her toys, and the reason why I had to go so big with that is because she had those Our Generation toys and accessories, and they are just so huge. She still has the horse trailer. She could not let go of that, which is totally fine. She was more than happy to get rid of all the other Our Generation toys, but the horse trailer and the horse, she was like, nah, I need to keep this. So we've still got that, but it does mean obviously like there's less bulky toys, and so it didn't make sense to have so much room taken up by this massive cupboard when the reason why we had purchased that cupboard just wasn't there anymore. So we downsized the cupboard. That was a process. I fucked up and I bought the wrong sized cupboard. I didn't measure it properly in the space, and so anyway, that paid for delivery and then had to go and return it to the store anyway. So thank you, Dad, for stepping in on a Sunday morning to help me do that, because we needed his trailer. It wouldn't have fit in Ben's car, definitely wouldn't have fit in mine. So we got that sorted, and then I did click and collect, so I didn't have to pay for a second lot of delivery, and picked up this new cupboard that is perfect in the space. And so far so good, everything kind of fits in it, but the smaller cupboard has meant that we've also been able to rearrange her room. So the way her room was laid out, and I'll include footage of it here, but the way her room was laid out was very much dictated by this massive eyesore cupboard in her space, and now it's just so much nicer, so much neater. On the night that we had rearranged her room, I saw her just standing in her room and smiling, and so I asked her, I'm like, Bella, what are you smiling about? What is going on? And she's like, I'm just really happy with like how my room looks. And I don't think I've actually showed you as well, like her new desk chair that we got, which is really cute as well, and she loves that. And I bought some other bits and pieces as well for her room. So next week, not only will those baskets come, they will we will also, not only will those baskets come, but we'll also have a new bedside table for her. And I got her some new lamps, which arrived I think yesterday or the day before. And yeah, so anyway, I'm very excited about it all. It's all taking shape, and it just looks lovely now. And it's crazy how a few simple changes make the biggest difference. Like, I'm so in love with my house, it's ridiculous. But anyway, I am now here, so thank you for joining me. Okay, I'm going to have to be quick because I've only got 3% battery on the camera, but this is what we're working with Bella's room at the moment. So this here, all that mess is because she's emptied out the cupboard. So this here is the cupboard. As you can see, it is massive, and it's just way too big for the space. But obviously when I bought it, it was to, again, put those Our Generation toys away. So it needed to be roomy enough for that. I've got to go through and take everything off the top because obviously she couldn't reach. Although I'm pretty sure she put all of those little ducks, or those little chickens rather, up the top by herself. But anyway, I will clear that. And then I'm going to obviously dismantle this because there's no way I'm moving this by myself. And Ben's at work and so is my dad. So I have no adult help. So I'm going to dismantle it. It is listed on Gumtree, so hopefully someone buys it soon. But if not, honestly, I'm just going to end up putting it on the side of the road and someone, I'm sure, will pick it up then. But anyway, I'm going to start doing that, and the new cupboard is ready to be put together downstairs. But what we're also going to do is, let me just pan back around. What we're also going to do is rearrange her room completely. So I'm going to be moving her desk, her bed. She needs a bedside table. Please don't come at me for that. It's currently just a stool, but that's because when we do move, she will be kind of having my bed, and I'll be upgrading. So, I didn't want to buy her a bedside table for this space because we only needed one, and I thought it would be a bit of a waste of money, but I'm kind of reconsidering and wondering whether I should just get her one anyway, just because this is obviously awful. It does not fit anything that she wants on her nightstand, and so we do need to fix it. And while we're in the season of changing everything in our house, why not? And then this underneath here is the linen beanbag, which, as you can see, it's been kind of like wedged against the wall just because there is no space because of this massive cupboard. But anyway, my battery is dying, so I'm going to put you on charge and I'm going to set to work. I can't believe it's been November though.
It's such a terror. He annoys you, but you know, I'm kicking out.
No, it's alright.
Bailey.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is 12 on Saturday, the 19th of July. So yes, it is now the next day. I have gotten my hair done, which it makes me so happy to have freshly done hair again. She did end up cutting the ends off, so she did just do a blunt cut at the ends, which thank God, because it so desperately needed it. This camera is driving me bonkers, honestly, that automatic zoom. Anyway, really happy to have it freshly done again. Like, I feel so much more like myself. It makes me so happy. She didn't go through and layer my hair, which, like I said last night, I didn't think she would even be able to cut my hair. So I'm so grateful that she was able to just like fix the ends up. So we've just left Ben's and we are heading home. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go home, have a coffee because I haven't had one today, and then we're gonna hop on the treadmill for a bit. And we've actually got someone coming at 2 o'clock to come and remove all of the cardboard boxes from the couches. So I've just hired someone off Air Tasker, and so he's coming at 2 to collect that for me, so I obviously have to be there for that. And then I think after that we'll head to the gym and we'll go and do our first workout in months, literally months, like proper weights workout in, I'm gonna say probably proper workout in 6 months, 5-6 months. Like, for someone who is going and doing weights multiple times a week religiously for years, that is just crazy to me that it's been that long since, like, I've not set foot in a gym for 7 months now. Like, I haven't set foot in a gym this year. I think while I'm on the treadmill, I'm gonna do some shopping online. I want a floor lamp and I want some side tables. So I'm going to have a look for that while I'm plodding away. Okay, so while we are sipping our coffee and getting in the mindset to get on the treadmill, I thought I would show you about. So, bearing in mind, before I show you my lounge room, that I still need to purchase things. So I currently have one cushion on the couch. There is still a big basket of mismatched blankets in the corner. And also, I am aware that my treadmill is an eyesore, but I would rather have the treadmill be an eyesore than no treadmill at all. So now that we've gone through that, let's look at the lounge room. So here we go. Let me hop up on my stairs. So this is obviously the lovely new sofa and ottoman. I am so happy about them. I've currently, you'll see that little thing sticking up there. So that is a power board, but I actually ordered an extension cord off Amazon, which is arriving today at some point. And so that power board will go and it'll be an extension cord for a floor lamp, which, as I said just before, I do need to do some shopping. So I've already got my laptop on the treadmill ready to go. So also what I want to get is some side tables that kind of wrap over the sofa as well. So I'm such a big like tea drinker, so I can just picture myself sitting in the corner of the sofa, reading my Kindle with a hot cup of tea. And for that, I need a side table that I can kind of move around the sofa to whatever position I'm sitting in. And so that's my big plan for that. So I'm gonna have a look. I've got a couple of different options saved on Temple & Webster, but I just wanna do a bit of thinking about which one I would prefer. And then obviously I've got the ottoman here, which is when we have more people over, that's obviously going to be an additional seat. It also means that you can put your feet up, which was my biggest issue with the last sofa. I didn't get the matching ottoman for that, and I deeply regretted it. But what I plan on doing, and I'll actually insert a picture of what I've seen on Pinterest as a coffee table solution over an ottoman. It's basically like a thick bit of wood that kind of like wraps around. You just make it, DIY it. I really like it, and I think it will be really practical as well. I did think of like getting a big wooden tray, as I think we've all seen people do when they kind of convert the ottoman to a coffee table. But that to me is a little bit annoying because obviously they're always big and quite heavy, and also where the hell am I going to put it if I'm entertaining and I need to do something like that? Where am I going to put it? And even day to day, actually, just for like Bella and I and Ben, like where am I going to put it? Because it's going to be a frequent occurrence. So again, I feel like this wood thing, again, I'll show you the picture, but it does mean that I can move it up and down the ottoman as well, depending on where we'll be sitting and need to put our feet. And it's also obviously easy to move out of the way completely if I want to move the ottoman closer to the sofa. So I am really pleased with it. I think it makes the room look so much bigger as well. And then obviously there's the treadmill. There's not normally so many black cables. Like when I'm not using it, I put them away, so it's not as messy. But again, like I said, this is a key part of our lifestyle, just having this treadmill. I use it, Bella uses it, Ben even uses it. So it's just not going to end up going anywhere. But I will show you as well, this is where the old sofas and that are currently living. It's doing my head in. So I think I'm actually going to hop on Gumtree again when I'm on the treadmill and completely reduce the prices because I just need them gone. They're driving me insane. And I think that because my house is so small, the fact that they're there and just like encroaching on kind of the airflow and that, it really does make it difficult to determine what I want here, what I need, and what's going to overcrowd it. As an example, I'm contemplating potentially a console table that just sits under the TV here, but it's really difficult to determine whether the space will feel too small just because, again, this is here and it's stopping that airflow and even the sunlight coming in this way. So I'm holding off on the console table until those are sold, because again, I just don't want to buy something that's going to make the space feel cluttered. I'll just open the blinds in Bella's room so we have a little bit more light. Okay, now the caveats for Bella's room. One, it was cleaned by Bella before she went to her dad's yesterday. part of the, what do we call it? Part of the rules, I guess, about the horse riding is that she's only allowed to go to the horse riding lessons if her room is tidy. And that includes the weeks that she's not actually with me as well. So what that does is encourage her to leave her room in a tidy state when she goes to her dad's for the week, because she is quite good at forgetting or running out of time to tidy up her room. So the horse riding lessons are being held ransom until her room's tidy. So first caveat, Bella cleaned this room, so it's not up to my standard, but for a 9-year-old, she's done okay. The second thing is, this is not a finished product either. I think I mentioned last night, I've got a bedside table coming for her. I've got additional drawers that are going to be fitted in her new cupboard as well, which will help empty the baskets that are currently floating about her floor space. But other than that, I think we're actually okay. So now I will show you her room. Okay, so I think by now I would have included the footage of the way her room looked before. So originally we had her bed facing this way, so going under the window, and that's because the cupboard that she had, which obviously isn't this one, took up almost all of this wall. I think it went, looking at the carpet markings, it went up until there. And so it left like the smallest space here before the door opening. So then we had to move her desk around to here, which there was no power as well. So that was quite a big drawback. And then this mirror, which has all her motivational post-its that she's created herself, was here. And this beanbag, because it is quite large, it was actually too large for the space with the cupboard. And so it ended up being like hoisted up against the wall, and it just wasn't practical. She wasn't able to use it. She ended up like just sitting in her bed most of the time, which I don't know if I mentioned, it just drove me crazy. And it made me feel really guilty as a mum. As a mum, and mums will agree, there are the weirdest things that make you feel really guilty when it comes to your child, and that was just one of them. So now we've obviously rearranged things and she's got a lot more space. And sorry, I feel like I'm moving the camera quite a bit, but I just want to be able to show you everything. So what we've done now is we've obviously gotten a smaller cupboard, which I think this one is maybe 60 centimeters across. I can't quite remember, but it's got a number of shelves in it. So she's obviously got her books up the top. These aren't all her books. We've actually got some in storage that we need to get out. Then she's got her Sylvanian families, little bits and bobs. And then down here is some more toys, Lego, etc. And then here is where the drawers are going to be put. And it's going to house her singlets, her underwear, her socks, and her stockings. And hopefully, we'll see how it goes, but it might have more space for an additional shelf. We will see and assess once that's in. Then obviously we moved her bed over here. This bed actually is still for sale on the website. So it's from MAKEOVER. It's really cute. I actually quite like it. It's quite like old style, traditional style. It's obviously a metal bed, but it's just really cute, and I love the pink. I find it so so muted that even me, who doesn't like color, obviously liked this one enough. And her bedside table is also from MAKEOVER, and I'll link everything that's still available down below. But her bedside table is a wooden bedside table, but it will also be pink. And I'm hoping, because on the website they styled it next to this bed, I'm hoping that they match as well in real life as they do in the photos. And this is one of the lamps that I got her from Amazon this week. So I'll just switch it on. I feel like everyone's seen it. They're all over like Instagram and TikTok. It's one of those candle warmer lamps, but it provides a soft enough light for her to be able to read in bed. And then obviously has the added advantage of melting her candle wax so that her room fills with that fragrance, and she avoids having an actual flame in her room, which is obviously very handy. We've got it on a smart plug as well, so she can just operate it using the ALEXA, which I'm not going to say because she will start speaking to me. But she can operate it with that as well, which is quite handy when she's in bed. All she needs to say is it's her sleep routine, I think is the words that we use. And the light switches off, sleep music starts playing, and all of that kind of thing. So it's quite lovely. And this is just her desk from IKEA, which again is quite small, but suitable for this space. It looks, what I liked about this one is it had more detail than some of the other IKEA products, which I feel like makes it feel a little bit more expensive. And sorry, she's started knitting and crocheting, so there's wool all over the house. But this is her new desk chair as well, which I know it's pretty risky getting a white desk chair for a child in general, but also a creative and artistic child. But I doused it with Scotchgard when I first got it. This one I'll have to confirm, but I feel like I may have bought that from Mocha as well. I'm not 100% sure. It was a couple of months ago. But as you can see, and I mean touch wood, she's actually not marked it. And she plays with markers, she plays with paints, crayons, chalk and all of that. And we're still looking okay. So fingers crossed it stays that way. And then obviously up here, this is her second lamp that I bought this week. And what I really liked about this one was how wide this portion is, like the actual light strip. So you can see it's lit the whole way, but it's also adjustable. So she can adjust the strength of the light, but it just lights up her desk and her workspace so she can actually see properly, which again is fantastic. And then she's got that little ALEXA in the corner of her desk as well, which, to be honest, like I've started looking more and more into smart home, what do you call them? Smart home gadgets, and it's quite addictive. So I got these, one in each room. There's one in the lounge room, one in the dining room as well. Not the screens for downstairs, just speakers. But it's so addictive to be able to control your home with your voice. So there is a lot more that I'm going to be changing in the next couple of months just because of that addiction. And then she's obviously got a little picture here. This is Suki, so we all miss her very much, and Bella wanted to keep a picture of her close. So that's that. I'm sorry, I feel like I'm like breathing really hard. I don't know why I'm so out of breath. I think I'm just talking too much. This is, again, that bean bag that I spoke about that Mum and Dad got her for Christmas. It's I think it's from Linen Social, but it's really great. It does need a little bit of a refill with the bean bag beads, which, to be honest, is the worst job in the world. Like, I've never been so angered by a simple household task before. Like, they fall everywhere. It's an absolute nightmare. But this bean bag has been so handy for us, particularly with the old sofas. Because they were so uncomfortable and small, she would just bring this bean bag down when we were watching a movie and she would be comfortable. This rug is another old one. It's just from IKEA. It's mainly to hide the fact that I've spilt paint on this carpet, and also there are burn marks in this carpet because I've saged this house, and I did it without holding anything under the sage and accidentally melted the carpet, which wasn't very clever of me. And then these are the baskets that need to be emptied when those drawers come as well. And this is actually a little example of what Bella's been learning to crochet. Looks a bit like the sorting hat from Harry Potter, but she did this all herself. She's so clever. I don't know how she does it, but anyway. And that is all we've been up to sort of the past week or two that I've not been vlogging. So you're pretty much all caught up now. There is obviously more coming this week and all of that kind of thing. So when the bedside table arrives and the drawers go in, and what else have I got arriving? Oh, I don't think I've got anything interesting, but once I get like the lamp and stuff ordered, then obviously I'll be showing that as well. But it just makes me, honestly, like, I didn't realize it was so simple to just buy a few new things and refresh my space and fall back in love with this house again. I wish I had thought of it sooner.
shining from the street lights. So let's live it up, pick it up, just call me up. Say anything and I'm down. We just like a fire, and we'll just pick it up, live it up, don't wanna stop. We'll keep it going all night. Go down.
Which one did you take the cheese off?
Bacon one.
Okie doke.
Alright.
Yeah.
Are you sure what size cappuccino do you want?
Just a small.
Just a small.
Just a small.
Anything else?
No, I think that's good. Have you got maple syrup here?
No.
So maybe some maple syrup?
Sauce.
Sauce. Are you gonna get camera shy now?
No. It's not being in it.
It's what?
So I'm just not being in it. Smells good.
Did you have these in America?
No. Perfect.
Good morning, everyone. It is now Monday and I have just gotten home from Ben's. I'm about to start work for the day, but we've come home and we've got a few more parcels to kind of open for the house. So I thought I would do that, and then I'm gonna wrap up this vlog as always because the weekend is over. So first things first, where did it go? I got an Amazon one. Okay, if I sit down on the ottoman, which by the way, actually I haven't spoken to you since Saturday. I went to the gym, first time this year. My God, it was so humbling. My legs are just so sore. I was puffed with every single exercise that I did. I was using lighter weights than I was before, which is obviously to be expected, but oh my God, the pain in my quads and my glutes. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm really glad that they're sore because it means I've done something. If it had been nearly a year since I'd been to the gym and I had no pain, I would think that I'd completely forgotten how to work out. But the pain is next level. So I'm going to try and sit on the ottoman and still be in view. I'm hoping that I am, because the thought of having to get back up again, nightmarish. So, okay, I'm just in the frame. Actually, it kills me to do this, but I'm gonna drop you lower. Oh my goodness, that hurts. Please don't be too low now. Okay, oh, that's so much better. All right, we got coffee, which I did such a good job on my coffee today. It's delicious. But Amazon, I won't unbox. The other three things are flat packs. So what I'll do is I'll unbox this, not that it's a box, but I'll open this up and show you what I bought. Although I know one thing, I remember one thing that I've ordered in here, and it's not at all exciting. So please don't hold your breath that this is gonna be anything life-changing. And then the other three, like I said, they're flat packs, so they're furniture. So what I'll do is I'll actually put them together, set them up, show you, and then we'll end the vlog. Okay, what have we got? Oh. Okay, so the first thing I got is Bella loves a shower cap, and the last one that was a like reusable one, a proper one, It got all gross and moldy just because obviously it's always in and out of the water. They don't really dry properly, and so they kind of go gross after a little while. And so since then she's been using just the ones that you get in hotels, and she's asked me to buy her proper ones again. So that's what I've done. So I'll link these down below, but I bought her some cute fun ones. Actually, I'm just thinking I should probably keep these bags and I'll put them back in there because she won't use both at a time. But she got this gold and pink one, which has like a leopard print on it. So cute. Just for, you know, just for little Bella. So this one is a gold and pink one. The gold is leopard print pattern. It's so cute. She's going to love this. Like, how cute is that for a little girl? And then the second one is another pink and gold one, but this one has gold love hearts all over it. So cute. I love them. All right, so we'll put them away in a little bit. The next thing I got, now this is the thing that I remembered I'd bought and not exciting at all, but because I'd spent so much time on, was it Friday, moving this couch about, I realized I really needed some soft pads for underneath the feet. So that's what I got there. I just love how like easy Amazon is. I don't know if I spoke about it, but like I've developed quite an Amazon habit, which is obviously what they want you to do. But it's so bad that the other week I forgot to buy foil when I went and did my grocery shop. So I literally ordered it on Amazon because it arrived the next day and I didn't have to go back into Woolies and purchase it. Because I knew that if I'd stepped foot in Woolies again, I would have ended up buying a million other things that I just wouldn't have needed. So Amazon saved my butt there, but I've done so many things like that now, it's a bit silly. The last item I have bought is a extension cord with USB ports. So if you remember, in the corner of my couch, I've got a power board kind of sticking up with a smart plug in it. So I didn't like that, obviously, and so I decided to buy an extension cord so that I had something a little bit longer that could go into the corner, because I have ordered a new floor lamp. I did that on Saturday when I was on the treadmill at home. I found one that I really liked, and so I've ordered it, and it will come between the 25th and 30th of this month, so not too long. I'm hoping for the 25th, obviously, because I'm impatient, but yeah, so I just wanted to buy an extension cord and a little power board with the ability to charge phones and all of that kind of thing from that corner of the couch. So that's what I did. Again, I will link this down below because I know you're all dying to purchase one of these. Sarcasm, obviously, but yeah, it's just the little things like this that just make life so much easier, and I'm learning that more and more lately. And so as much as I used to avoid buying things like this or soft pads for, you know, the feet under the sofa, I am learning that, so as much as I used to avoid buying things like this or the pads under the sofa just because they're so boring to buy, like I would rather spend my money on fun stuff, but I'm realizing that more and more I have to just bite the bullet and spend my money on the boring stuff sometimes, because the boring stuff makes life so much easier, and you just got to do it. So that has been like my mantra for the last couple of months. Hence why I have developed this Amazon habit, because it's just so easy to just like click, get it over and done with, have it arrive, and then you have it at home and it's all good. So that is what I've ordered from Amazon. So the furniture that I've bought that has arrived is 2 side tables for the couch here. So I'm not doing what I originally thought I would, in that I was kind of thinking I would buy those side tables that are like the C side tables that kind of like stick under the couch and then over as well, so that you've got like that surface and you can move it about. But the more and more I thought about it, the more I realized that it's probably not going to look as nice as I would like. It would look a little bit temporary. And so I wanted something a little bit more substantial. So I've gotten 2 side tables, which I'll put together and then obviously, like I said, show you. And then the third thing that has arrived is Bella's bedside table, which I'm so excited for. Like, I think her drawers for her cupboards are also coming. So once they arrive, I'm pretty sure that's everything for her room. Like, it is done. And that just makes me really happy because this is, again, one of those things that I've been meaning to buy her for the longest time, this side table, this bedside table. But I've held off because obviously we've like been thinking we were going to move and she was going to like inherit my bedroom furniture and all of that kind of thing. But it's also just one of those things that partly was because it kind of bored me, the idea. I would rather have bought her anything else. But again, these are the little things that make such a big difference in life. I feel like this camera does not do this room justice, but I have now done the side tables and oh my God, I am so happy with how this room is looking. I obviously need to buy more cushions for the couch because one is obviously not enough. But I feel like it is coming together so nicely. I actually also just sold the old cupboard from Bella's room, which means that there's one less thing in my house that I needed to get rid of. But honestly, I am obsessed. So obsessed. My neighbor even came over. I sent her a picture and I was like, oh my God, check it out. And she's like, can I please come and see it in person? So naturally, she came over and we both marveled at the new lounge room. I don't remember if I said this morning, but I have bought a light, so that will come. Oh, I did say it, so never mind. You all know what's happening with that. And then obviously, like I said, I need more cushions. I'm not actually going to touch this ottoman like I was originally. I was going to build sort of a narrow coffee table that kind of went across it. That I think would just clutter the room way too much. So we're just going to leave it as it is. And yeah, I'm so excited. Bella is obviously not home until Friday, but when she comes home, I think we're going to do a bit of a movie night and set ourselves up on the sofa and just enjoy the new space. I'm really happy about it. Okay, and obviously this room needs a bit of a tidy up. Just getting rid of this stuff here. And tidying up her desk, and the drawers for her cupboard have arrived. So I will put them in this afternoon, but I just haven't done it before, obviously filming this video. But here is the new bedside table. I've cleared some of the stuff that she obviously had on the stool because she loves little toys and things like that set up on her space. But I've put her little mouse that I picked her up in Barrel there. So she's kind of just hugging the candle, but I just think it's so cute. And then inside, just so you can see, she did get this as a gift and it's just a bit too much for me, but so I've put it away in here. It'll probably find its way back out because Bella will see that I've hidden it away and she will have some sort of opinion on that. But it does have an adjustable shelf in here too, but it's just a really good spot for her to put like the book that she's currently reading and other bits and pieces in here as well. Knowing her, it'll be full of art and random bits and bobs that she kind of creates, but I'm just so happy to have something lovely there for her, and I think it pairs really well with her bed frame as well. Unfortunately, the bedding does not match. The pinks are all different, but I do plan on getting her white on white because it is me and I just love white linen for the bed. But anyway, that is her room as well. Okay, so that is everything that I wanted to show you in this vlog. I'm sorry that like the weekend segments were probably a bit of a random mishmash, particularly the addition of us having the McGriddle. Slow down, don't talk so fast. But that was actually really yummy. And honestly, I woke up this morning kind of tempted to go and buy myself one on the way home, but I didn't. We had so many treats yesterday that I need to behave for the next day or so. But anyway, I am now going to wrap this vlog up here. If you made it this far, as usual, thank you so much. And I'll see you next time.